Hello, everyone, and welcome to our roundtable discussion on the ethical implications of AI grading tools in education. Today, we'll delve into this controversial subject while concentrating on fairness, reliability, and policy recommendations. I would like to hand the floor over to Ms. Diana Singh, who will be taking it from here.
Thank you, Ms. Sarah Karagan. Um, AI grading tools. AI grading tools bring remarkable efficiency to assessment. They reduce teachers' workload and can provide instant feedback, according to Lukin et al. 2016. AI in education has the potential to make learning more personalized and accessible, especially in large classes. Automated grading and ensuring consistency and reduce human biases. I will hand you over to Ms. Dunita. Ms. Dunita, what do you think about that point?
Those are some valid points, Diana. But AI grading is not without problems. These tools often struggle with a nuisance of written responses, especially from different linguistic or cultural contexts. As Shaw 2019 says, if AI grading systems are trained with biased data, these systems risk perpetuating those biases. Furthermore, the entire process through which grades are formulated lacks the transparency needed to garner any level of assurance from students. Ms. Rochelle, what do you think?
I do see both points. Hence, a policy must be fair enough to consider both perspectives. AI grading should be assistive, not authoritative. We propose a policy wherein AI tools will be applied to formative feedback, but the summative assessment will be reviewed by people themselves. Teachers should be trained in interpreting AI results, and students need to be informed when AI is used. Ms. Sarah?
Well argued, everyone. To sum up, AI grading can be a good thing, but must be bounded by explicit ethical limits. Ms. Vanita, would you like to explain the link on digital equity?
Sure. If AI tools are used in a way insensitive to the student's context, it may very well place at a disadvantage to those with unconventional writing or learning styles. Ethical policies must ensure that AI does not supplant the teacher's judgment, especially for students needing accommodation. Williamson and Enyon 2020.
AI tools, which accompanied by the right policies and oversight, can support teaching instead of supplementing it. But being transparent and accountable is essential.
Thank you all. We can now move to the infographic and our finalized policy. Here we have AI grading tools. Assist, don't replace. Exploring the ethical concern and solution for AI in education. So, we have what is AI grading? Tools. AI grading tools use algorithms to evaluate student work, particularly multiple choice and short answer question. Some advanced systems also assess SA using natural language processing. For example, we have tools like Gradescope or Turnitin Revision. Assistant can score student writing based on grammar, structure, and clarity. These systems aim to speed up grading and reduce teacher workload, especially in large classroom or online environment. Now we have the top 3 ethical concerns. First one, we have bias. What it means. AI systems are only as good as their training data. If training data consists solely of a narrow population, such as Western English speaking student, then the AI will identify pattern with those norms. Why is this a problem? It may wrongly penalize students who write influenced by dialects, culture style, or non-standard phrasing. Also, AI may categorize writing that is formative, formulaic, or traditional scholarly writing as better than circumstances that are creative or use alternative convention. Here's an example. AI that been trained mostly on American essay may penalize how idiomatic language used by a Caribbean student or the techniques of storytelling when guiding their essays. What can we do? We should make certain training data contain a mix of data that is inclusive and diverse. Have human educators always check AI grades for assessment. In the case of high-stake assessment, it is best to check that a human has reviewed the automated grades. Thank you.
Our next ethical concern will be lack of transparency. Some AI grading tools do not provide any rationale for arriving at a score. Teachers and students do not have any awareness of the criteria being used or why the tool personalizes certain answers. Why is this a problem? Students are unable to reflect on their mistakes as they do not know what was wrong. Teachers are unable to authenticate or dispute dubious scores. It casts doubt on the trustworthiness of the grading process. A real-world example would be that a student receives 4 out of 10 on a written response but does not know if it was for content, grammar, or organization. The teacher cannot provide useful comments because the AI does not provide an explanation. What should we do? Utilize AI tools that have scores breakdowns and feedback logs, and always include human oversight.
Next, we have risk to students with diverse learning styles. What it means? AI tools tend to be built around assessments of normal responses. So students that think or express themselves differently, especially creative, neurodivergent, multilingual, or kinesthetic learners, may not be recognized or scored fairly. Why the problem exists? Students with ADHD or autism may respond in ways that AI does not predict. Next, creative thinkers may rely on metaphors or emotional tone that AI does not value. Students who are writing in second language may be penalized for grammar errors despite strong ideas. Real example, a dyslexic student writes a wonderful, thoughtful answer with a few spelling errors. The AI assigns a very low score, completely missing the quality of thought behind the answer. What we should do is use AI grades with differentiated teacher feedback and flexible rubrics that recognize individuals.
Mini policy. Human oversight AI-generated grades should always be validated by a teacher and approved prior to using as a final score. This way, the teacher can consider context, effort, and individual circumstances in deciding final scores. 2. Transparency. Students and parents must always know when AI has been used to grade them. Knowing who or what is grading them helps students to engage in a critical manner with feedback. 3. Equity. AI tools must be routinely assessed to ensure fairness across languages, cultures, and how learning occurs. No student should have a disadvantage because of an AI system inability to process the many ways people express their learning. 4. Teacher training. Teachers should be trained properly so they feel confident in interpreting AI feedback and results. This allows teachers to be confident in how they use technology and promote against the misuse of over reliance on AI. 5. Use only feedback. AI grading must be used to facilitate learning through suggestions or insight, not to make final high stakes decision on its own as a final score. Teachers need to use these tools primarily to inform instruction and deepen understanding for students.
Know your rights. Students need to know when AI is being used. Students deserve to know when their work is being graded by an algorithm versus a teacher using AI. If grading against rubric, for instance, you are looking at criteria, not the whole performance, it is possible students could get insight or ask informed questions as to where they scored some aspect of their score, other reconsideration. You can ask for a human read of your grade. If students have an issue with AI assigned grades, they should be able to seek a human reassessment. It is important that students' final assessment is accurate, particularly with students' nuanced or creative responses. AI augments teachers, not replaces. AI is intended to serve as a tool for teachers, only to help save them time. AI cannot replace teachers and their judgment or empathy. Teachers provide context, understanding, and fairness. I simply cannot provide. In conclusion, fast and consistent feedback can be aided by AI for teachers, but humans must remain in charge of formal judgments. The saying goes, technology is a tool, not a teacher. AI must assist in real teaching, not replace it.
And here is the reference for the information. Thank you.